Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Security Policies Weekly Group. Today is the 19th of December, just before the holiday season. And we have some items on the agenda. So, Grant, I believe this is yours. So, please.
Hello, everyone. So the first item we have under the issues for planning breakdown section, we had a couple of issues I just wanted to highlight that we are closing out from the design standpoint. So let me get my house in order and share my screen. So the first one I wanted to point out for you all is this epic called Allow Users to View Policy History in the Policy UI. And the reason we came back to this is we originally had some plans in the kind of the linking or policy scoping epic for the compliance center, and the intent was to be able to kind of manage policies from the compliance center and be able to jump into the MRs, like a way to kind of track status of a policy to see if the scope has been applied and has been linked to the compliance framework. However, there was some complexity there. We weren't sure about adding some of these UX flows. We would have had to track multiple MRs and do a lot of extra things. I don't know. I feel like we weren't confident in the solution, and it didn't feel like it would be 100% accurate all the time. So we kind of put a pause on that plan and prioritized instead this epic, which will give visibility within the policy view, the policy management side, instead of the compliance center. And what we'll do is be able to, actually, let me find the screen. Oh yeah, so yeah, this is the policy list view, and we'd add a few more details showing things like this policy's in a pending status, that there's an open MR right now, and you'd be able to go and view the history. Sorry, this is kind of small for you all, I'm sure. And then if you click on a policy, you can get more details here about the change history. And then you can also jump into, I thought it said view full change history here. This kind of disappeared. I think there's a link that should be here that says view full change history. And then you can jump into this page from here, or I think going straight from here. And this will list all of the MRs associated with the policies in this project. So these would be the MRs in the security policy project. And then you can view if these MRs have been approved, if it's been merged, and that will give you a bit of a sense of where the policy changes are. If there's a recent open MR, then it would be in a pending status. So the designs are complete here, and we're going to move it into breakdown. I'm sure there will be some questions to work through, so we can be thinking about that, and then we'll work on seeing where it falls in priorities to get it added. But I think it will, after some of the current plans with pipeline execution and linking, once we get those in place, I think this will be definitely a question from customers of what the status is of getting policies linked up to compliance frameworks. So I'll pause there. Any questions? And if I don't have an answer right now, I can work on getting you one.
Yeah, I believe everyone is thinking how to do it. Like initial idea that I had is something that Martin already used in the bot comment. So some kind of way to hide some information about the policy in the MR description. Or I'm not sure if there is a way to do it right now, but store some kind of metadata with MRs, and then we could link them together. These are like two ideas that I initially had. I had no idea if it would work, so we're probably gonna start with Spike as always to explore it In terms of priorities, this is ready for planning breakdown. Are we gonna work on this one within next 6 months, 3 months? Like, do you know
Yeah,
that?
I think within the next 3 months.
Okay.
I wanted to think through this. I wanted to get it ready because I think we'll want it. I think it's just a matter of when. And we've got a lot of customer escalations going on for various things, not just not specifically security policies, but a lot of customers using compliance pipelines, a lot of customers who want to use what we're working on with the pipeline execution policy action. Um, and so I think there could be some things that come out of that that inform some of our priorities. But I would say within the next 3 months, it's likely because I think that from managing from the group standpoint, it's going to be necessary to understand if policies are properly linked, or if you're trying to link them, what is the status? So having kind of a workflow to get there and validate what the status of that is, and if you need to get an approval or get something merged to make sure that it is properly linked. I think that we're going to really need that.
All right.
So yeah, once we break it down, I'll work on getting it into our priorities list, and I think within 3 months. But exactly where, I'll have to evaluate a little bit more. Okay, the next one I wanted to highlight is we've completed design on this one. Project owner should be able to link a security policy project without access or membership in the project. And what we've kind of determined is that if a project is internal or public, then you should be able to link that. I think we found that this should be possible. There's a few changes that we can address in the UI to account for that. And then we've added a few more designs to just clarify exactly what is possible. So essentially, being able to more easily filter down and find security policy projects, be able to find those that are public or internal, and then kind of like quickly manage that linking. So I think this is going to make the process a lot smoother for getting policies configured. This is something that customers will get hung up on often when they're working on adopting the policies. So I think there's not too much more to talk through here. Mostly just some text and then the filtering. But yeah, any kind of quick questions for today? And if not, feel free to raise them. I've moved those epics into planning breakdown. I think there was like one other little question I'd asked Cornelia to address in this one, but it's just related to the drop-down text, nothing functional. But yeah, if you have any questions as we get into planning breakdown, feel free to let me know.
Sure. Thank you.
And I think I'm up for other discussions as well, so I'll just keep on talking. You guys can feel free to stop me at any point. But I wanted to welcome Ulysses to the call and to joining us. He's going to be our kind of like stable support counterpart. I think that is maybe our technical term for that. And thank you, Ulysses, for raising your hand to help support us a little bit more as we make changes. Ulysses was asking questions about some of the work we're doing on pipeline execution, adding the pipeline execution action to scan execution policies. And I think it's going to be really helpful to have someone on his end to just relay changes that are coming over to the other support, other folks in the support team. So yeah, thanks for hopping in and following along, Ulysses. Would you like to say hello, give a little bit background, location, that sort of thing?
Oh, sure. I think I might have done the same last week, but
Oh,
that might
sorry.
have been me jumping the gun. I joined last Tuesday, I believe, and I had a small short introduction. But hi everyone, my name is Ulises. I'll be the support stable counterpart. I will be watching over most things that relate to sorry, customer facing stuff. And that's just so that our side of the team can be well informed and well aware of upcoming changes or things that might be affecting workflows so that customers can get the help that they need from us. And if there's anything I can help with as far as troubleshooting goes or testing or just anything that can help, make that transition more efficient or go smoother than it's going, just feel free to reach out and we can probably work something out. Sorry, the location stuff. I'm based out of Chihuahua, Mexico. Mexico, and yeah, I think that covers pretty much it. Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Ulysses, and apologies. I know I had missed the first few minutes last week, so you guys might have covered it, and then I wasn't sure. So
no worries.
Thanks for going through it again.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Awesome. And then on number 2, I just wanted to update everyone, and I think also since Ulysses is here, just being in the loop on our plans. Our work on the pipeline execution policy action, we've referred to this in the past as custom YAML support for scan execution policies. We're leaning more into the term pipeline execution as a policy action for scan execution policies. We've explored this idea of making it its own policy type. So wherever we land after the experiment, I think it's going to be kind of using this terminology, which is broader than just executing security scanners, for example. We were still completing some work around our feature toggles for 16.7. And so my understanding is, we're not going to have that ready for customers in 16.7. We're going to work on continuing in 16.8 to finish that effort on the feature toggles, and then work towards deploying. I think as we were talking about just in the previous meeting with the production change lock, we'll be looking at maybe a January 2nd or so deployment, but we can be developing towards that goal, making sure all the MRs are kind of closed out. So yeah, I think essentially that'll probably be available for SaaS users a little bit sooner, maybe soon after that January 2nd date, and then for self-managed come the 16.8 release behind the feature toggles. So I think nothing in 16.7 available for customers just yet. So a lot of the communication I've been prepping, Ulysses, you and I, we can also meet and talk some more from the support standpoint about any impacts there, but I'm working on getting a lot of documentation and communications together as we do release that. We'll just shift it to more of a 16.8 target. Yeah, I just wanted to highlight that, and anyone who wants to weigh in and share any other comments can do that. Cool. Anything, Andy or Artur, you thought would be helpful to share more broadly with the team? I know we talked about some of these things in the previous meeting, but anything that you all need help on?
Thank you. So far, so good. Yeah.
Yeah. So my plan is to release the experimental feature, and this would require a feature flag to be toggled on. And so I'm planning to prepare some instructions to do this. I think it would be pretty simple, but in case you want to roll it out while I'm out of office, yeah, I prepare every instruction, and then we can toggle it on when I'm not there. Yeah, but yeah, I'll comment this in the feature flag rollout issue and in the epic, so everyone can see it.
Awesome, thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
Great.
All right.
Alrighty, I have nothing else. Soon after this meeting, I'll send you the planning issue. I'm more or less assigned issues. You already reach out to me when I assign something to backlog while I shouldn't. So thank you for doing so. And yeah, you should have some issues assigned to you. If you think that's not doable, let me know. I'll prepare the narration and all around that soon after this meeting. Yeah, thank you, and have a great holidays. I believe there will be only one backend engineer during that time available next week, which Marcos will be. If there is any problems with policies, then probably Marcos will be able to help whoever will be able to respond. So that's it. All right. Have a great day then, and have a wonderful time away. And see you in New Year probably with some of you. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.